The whale got caught in an illegal net. Divers came to rescue it. Then something incredible happened. It was an ordinary afternoon on the Mediterranean Sea. The waves softly lapped against the sides of passing boats, and the sun bathed the horizon in its warm glow. The scene appeared serene, as if nothing could disrupt the tranquility. Yet, beneath the surface, an unseen struggle was quietly taking place, unnoticed by all. In the distance, a dark shadow moved slowly, trapped in an unseen struggle. It was a giant, one of the ocean's most majestic creatures, a sperm whale, and it was in serious danger. Entangled in a web of illegal fishing nets, this magnificent whale was helpless. Its immense size, which once symbolized freedom, now worked against it, rendering it immobile and vulnerable. Every thrash and struggle only worsened the situation as the net tightened its grip. The whale was trapped, unable to break free, and its strength was quickly fading. How long had it been like this? Hours? Days? There was no way to tell. What mattered now was that time was running out, and the whale's survival hung in the balance. The whale, known for its intelligence and strength, was now at the mercy of an illegal act, a drifting fishing net abandoned by those who cared more about profit than the lives they endangered. This net, intended to trap fish, had ensnared something far more significant, and now the whale's life was hanging by a thread. The majestic creature, once free to roam the vast ocean, was now a prisoner of human carelessness. Far away from the scene, the Italian Coast Guard was about to receive a distress call that would send them racing into action. A fishing boat had spotted the whale's massive body, caught in the drifting net, struggling to breathe. The whale's only hope now lay in the hands of these rescuers, who knew they had little time to save it. Without immediate action, the whale would be unable to free itself, and the sea would claim another victim. As soon as the call came in, the Coast Guard's emergency response team leaped into action. The captain of the rescue vessel, a seasoned veteran of the seas, knew the dangers they would face. Saving a sperm whale, one of the largest creatures on Earth, would not be easy. Not only was the whale massive, up to 18 meters in length, but it was also exhausted, possibly injured, and the net surrounding it was designed to kill. The crew sped across the waters, the tension in the air thick as they prepared themselves for the daunting task ahead. Every second counted. As they neared the whale's location, they could see the enormous shadow beneath the surface, the net tangling and twisting around its body. The whale's movements had become slower, its strength fading with each passing moment. Upon reaching the site, the Coast Guard's deepest concerns became a reality. The whale was badly trapped in the entanglement. Its long body was wrapped in the thick, nearly invisible netting, and every attempt it made to free itself only made the situation worse. The massive creature thrashed weakly in the water, using the last of its energy to try and escape the relentless trap. For the Coast Guard team, this was no ordinary rescue mission. They couldn't just approach the whale directly. It was far too dangerous. A frightened whale could easily overturn their boat or harm itself further in a panic. They needed to be precise and cautious. The captain gave the order to approach slowly, keeping the vessel at a safe distance. If one wrong move is made, the whale could become even more distressed. The team readied their equipment. Knives, ropes, and nets were prepared, but this wasn't a job that brute strength could solve. It required patience, skill, and coordination. They were not only battling the clock, but also the unpredictability of the sea and the whale's movements. As the crew inched closer, they could see the full extent of the whale's entrapment. Thick ropes of netting were wound tightly around the whale's tail and flippers, cutting into its flesh and restricting its movement. The whale's eyes, normally bright and full of life, seemed dull and exhausted. It was clear that the whale was losing its strength quickly. The team understood they needed to move quickly. 2 divers were selected to enter the water. It was a dangerous task. One wrong move and the whale's massive body could crush them. But there was no time for hesitation. The divers slipped into the water and cautiously approached the whale. They could see how the net had wrapped itself around the whale, each strand a reminder of how careless human activity could threaten even the largest of creatures. Working slowly, the divers began cutting away at the net. Every piece they removed was a step closer to the whale's freedom. Above water, the rest of the crew watched anxiously, ready to assist if anything went wrong. They had to be careful. The whale was still capable of panicking, and one wrong move could send it thrashing uncontrollably. Yet, in some way, the whale appeared to realize that the divers were there to assist. After what felt like hours, the final piece of net was cut. For a moment, the whale remained motionless, as if it couldn't believe it was finally free. Then, with a powerful flick of its tail, it surged forward, breaking through the surface of the water with newfound energy. The Coast Guard team watched in awe as the whale swam away, its colossal body moving gracefully through the sea once more. The rescue mission had been a success, but the team knew that this was just one victory in a much larger battle. Illegal fishing nets, like the one that had trapped the whale, were still a massive problem, threatening the lives of countless marine animals. But for now, they could take comfort in knowing that they had saved one of the ocean's greatest creatures. As the whale disappeared into the depths, the crew remained in silent reflection. They had been part of something extraordinary, an event that reminded them of the delicate balance between humans and nature. The ocean had given them a second chance to protect its creatures, and they had answered the call. The whale's story didn't end there. News of the dramatic rescue spread quickly, and soon, people around the world were talking about the Coast Guard's heroic efforts. It served as a reminder that even in the vast, uncharted waters of the ocean, every life mattered, no matter how large or small. The whale's silent struggle had been a wake-up call to those who heard it, a call to action to protect the creatures of the sea from the dangers that humans so often create. As for the whale, its fate after the rescue remains unknown. Perhaps it continued its journey across the vast ocean, returning to the depths from which it came. Or maybe it swam alongside its fellow whales, sharing the story of its near-death experience and the humans who had saved it. But one thing was certain. For that brief moment in time, humans and the whale had come together in a shared struggle for survival, and the outcome had been a new beginning. As the whale swam deeper into the ocean, its newfound freedom stood in sharp contrast to the trap it had just escaped, and with each powerful stroke, it seemed to regain its strength. Yet, this rescue was only a small victory in the face of countless ongoing threats. Across the vast ocean, other creatures continued to face similar dangers, caught in the consequences of human carelessness. The whale's escape served as a stark reminder that much more effort was needed to protect these fragile ecosystems. Even as the sea settled back into its calm, the message from this event lingered. It wasn't just about saving one whale, it was about safeguarding the future of all marine life. The ocean is home to countless species, many of which face daily threats due to human negligence. The rescue served as a powerful reminder, calling on governments, organizations, and individuals to take stronger action to protect these vital ecosystems. If we fail to act, the next whale might not be as fortunate. Time is running out, and the ocean is waiting for us to take responsibility before it's too late. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.